Audio Jungle.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Sammy Socialite. I'm here bringing you yet another episode of Eating Sports Chat. As you can see, it's the holiday times. I had to jazz up this set with the holiday. Shout out to the team. Shout out my boy Joe. Shout out my boy Paul. You know what I'm saying? Pastor Pen Media, we in this beach, you know. JTP in this beach. In here. Enough of that. I'm opening up this episode with a delicious alfredo and veggie pasta with a little chicken, just a dash of chicken, because, you know, like I told y'all the other day, you know, I don't want to diet or whatever as I sip this beer. But yes, this week, man, oh my gosh, bro. Sports has been crazy. Because it's the holiday season, this is going to be the episode of giving. And so, apparently, somebody out there is giving everybody COVID. Oh my goodness gracious. The NBA and the NFL have been ravaged by COVID this past week. We got, I'm going to break it down by sport, but I'm just going to say, you know, I don't like to talk about stuff like this on Eating Sports Chat, but because it's so important to what's going on in sports right now, it's going to be the COVID giveaway special. But no, seriously, the NBA has officially postponed 2 games featuring the Chicago Bulls because the Bulls had 10 players on the COVID list. They all had COVID. They were not able to put together a team to play. So instead of canceling the game, which the NBA said they would have done, they postponed the 2 games that the Bulls have this week. So if you thought that was all, Giannis Antetokounmpo just landed on the COVID list for the Bucks today. He will be out a few games. It's getting nasty. It's getting crazy. There's players all over the NBA that are missing games due to COVID. They're going to have to find a way to contain it. They feel like the NBA has said that it's going to be worse over the holiday season, which is obvious, and they don't have a plan to fix it. So we're going to have to watch that closely. In more NBA news, as you can see, repping for the Hawks. Shout out to the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks are on a very bad home losing streak right now. After starting the season 8-1 at home, they've lost 5 home games in a row. Most recently, they lost to the Houston Rockets. I don't know how to explain that, but Hawks have some people hurt, but the fan base of the Hawks seems to be in panic major mode. They're begging to trade Cam Reddish. They say we need another superstar besides Trey because they're ignoring the fact that John Collins is right there. But, you know, Travis Slink was on the radio, and he said, which is the GM of the Hawks, if y'all didn't know. Travis Slink basically said that he was disappointed in the team and the defense that they've been showing lately. He would actually love to see Jalen Johnson and Sharif Cooper, who are rookies this year, play. And he did not sound very happy about either of the statements he made. So don't be shocked if you see some changes happening in the Hawks in the next few weeks. They take on the New York Knicks in Madison Garden on Christmas Day. Trae Young has something to say. I can't wait. So before I dive deep into the NFL, I just wanted to say, if you're in your fantasy playoffs, good luck. Wish you the best. Because again, the NFL is going through COVID. A lot of players are out and won't be playing this week, which is the first week of fantasy playoffs. I myself, I was in 16 fantasy leagues this year for football. A lot of people are like, wow, that's a lot. Yeah, it is. It's crazy. I made the playoffs in 7 of these leagues, and I did not make it in 9. So congrats to those who made the playoffs. If you're in a league with me, just know, in the 7 leagues I'm in the playoffs, I'm coming for it. Beware. And I just want to put it out there that in the 9 leagues that I did not make it, 6 of those leagues I drafted Calvin Ridley. So I'm not going to say that it's directly tied to Calvin Ridley being MIA, but I wouldn't say it's not a factor. So in the NFL, they just dropped a new rule stating that Tier 1 and Tier 2 staff have to be vaccinated and boosted. So they can't require the players to be vaccinated due to the agreement with the NFL Players Association, but the NFL employees, they have to be vaccinated and they have to have a booster, which is good because right now there's an outbreak in the NFL. The Rams, who just played on Monday Night Football, they beat the Cardinals, by the way. The game was very crazy. The Rams had Jalen Ramsey and Darrell Henderson missing on the game on Monday because of COVID. Last minute, the day of the game, Tyler Higbee also was ruled out with a COVID positive test. Now, today, the Rams placed 7 total players on this list, including Odell Beckham Jr., who had a touchdown and a crazy celebration where he was definitely talking to his teammates or whatever. So it's 7 people that they put on the list, and they had to take Tyler Higbee off the list because they actually had a false positive yesterday. So he missed the game for no reason, bro. Luckily, the Rams won, but just think about that. Like, you cannot get that game back. And he wasn't injured. He had a false test. It's getting crazy. 7 teams currently in the NFL, including Washington, including the Browns, and including the Rams and Falcons. I didn't want to say it, but the Falcons are on this list. They are on extensive COVID protocol, which means that they are only working virtually. So all the meetings, all the, position meetings or whatever, all virtual. Falcons have a big game coming up on Sunday. They just beat Cam Newton and the Panthers. Matt Ryan has beat the Carolina Panthers 18 times. They had to throw that out there. 18 times. And of those 18 times, probably about 12 of them was against Cam Newton. So, Matt Ryan owns Cam Newton. But that's just another story for another day. Falcons have to win this game against San Francisco, but now they're in extensive COVID protocol. We don't know what's going to happen with that. The Browns is also a team that's going through COVID issues. They just had to put Jarvis Landry, Austin Hooper, Takk McKinley, and 4 other players on the COVID list. They're gonna miss the game this week. So everything is just crazy. But not as crazy as the Thursday night football game where Dalvin Cook decides that he's going to play at the very last minute. He was questionable the whole week. And it was going to be a game-time decision. He decided he was going to play and ran for almost 200 yards, like 2-3 touchdowns on the Steelers, man. And you would think that with the score being Vikings 29 to Steelers 0 in the third quarter, that the game was going to be over, right? No, because you're playing against Kirk. I throw interceptions, Cousins. And that's what he did. Kirk Cousins started throwing the ball to the Steelers every which way and chance they got. Steelers came all the way back. It was going to be a win for the Steelers if they could have gotten a last second touchdown, basically. But the reason why they didn't get this touchdown is because Chase Claypool, their wide receiver, caught a first down pass and proceeded to showboat, letting the clock run. They didn't have any timeouts or anything. They couldn't get the ball to the ref. Like 12, 13 seconds runs off the clock. And they end up having to rush and lose because they didn't have enough time to run a touchdown play. And Chase Claypool decided to blame it on Trey Turner, the guard for the team. Now, I don't know if he knows about accountability in Mike Tomlin's system, but that's not going to be good for Chase Claypool moving forward. There was a lot of not fabulous games going on this weekend. But that was the one I wanted to talk about. Las Vegas is officially picked to host the 2024 Super Bowl. So beware of Vegas in 2024 and the black dome that they call their Allegiant Stadium. College football. Oh my goodness, y'all. The season just ended, but the transfer portal is just getting started. Now, y'all thought the coaching carousel was something crazy. Some of the names that are in the transfer portal right now, it's just crazy. Former Oklahoma quarterback Spencer Rattler, he's going to South Carolina to be a Gamecock in the SEC, and I have no idea why he decided to do that to his life. But these are the choices we make. I don't know. So he's out of there. Bo Nix, former Auburn quarterback, put his name in the transfer portal. Why, Bo Nix, would you leave your SEC school, Auburn, that gets so much publicity, where you have the team is your team. You've been the quarterback. You're about to be a senior. This is your last year. You're leaving to go to a whole other school, learn a whole different offense, and probably to a lesser team. Like, unless you transfer to a UGA or something like that, like, you're not getting much better than Auburn. So I don't know what he's thinking. Basically, I want to ask y'all a question at home. Like, what do y'all think about the transfer portal? Because the transfer portal seems to be causing a whole bunch of issues for my team, Georgia Tech. We're losing so many players to the transfer portal. I don't even know who's going to be on the team next year. Our players getting to leave too freely. Like, I know there was an issue a few years ago about if you leave, you have to sit out and lose a year as eligibility. But I feel like that built character. Like, that made players not want to just jump ship every time that they wanted to. But now it's just like, is there a commitment? I mean, I know the coaches get to leave whenever they feel like it. Some people feel like the players should, but I feel like at that age, you're really working to teach these guys, integrity, responsibility, moral fiber, all that. And they just get to quit and run away when their problems get too big. So, yeah, whatever. My favorite part of the show, the final regular season fantasy start of the week before the playoffs start, and the fantasy bum of the week. For the bum, so Terry McLaurin of the Washington football team. As you see, I did air quotes because who knows what their name is really, like the WTFs. Anyway, he sustained a concussion, if I'm not mistaken, right as the second half began against Dallas. So he played a whole half and he didn't have a catch. So, excuse me. Can't fault people for having injuries, but if you play a half and don't have a catch and then get injured, I feel like I can blame you just a little, like just a little slightly or whatever. I feel like he should have had a catch or 3 because he was definitely getting targeted. He wasn't catching anything. But the winner wasn't many bums. A lot of people did nice production. It was a very high scoring week. DeAndre Hopkins. We're gonna have a sit down with DeAndre Hopkins to find out how it feels to get out targeted, outgained, and outplayed by AJ Green. Someone that is significantly older than DeAndre Hopkins and shouldn't be getting over 100 yards in 8 to 9 catches in a Kyler Murray offense when DeAndre Hopkins is over there with Jalen Ramsey out of the game. DeAndre Hopkins, I just want to know why you dropped the ball on 4th down at the goal line. You usually don't drop passes that, like, they tell me. Now, they tell me that DeAndre Hopkins has the best hands in the game. That's what they've always told me. But from what I saw last night on Monday Night Football, DeAndre Hopkins was fumbling and dropping balls all night long, and I just don't understand. So, DeAndre Hopkins, you are my fantasy bum of the week because all I needed you to do was get a touchdown, and you did not give me that touchdown. So, no, the 5 catches for 60 yards that you had is not enough. I needed a touchdown, so you're the bum of the week. And last but not least, my favorite, the fantasy star of the week. So many stars. There were so many stars. Like, if you needed to win this week and you had Hunter Renfrow of the Raiders, if you had him in your lineup, you should have won. He had 10 catches for over 150 yards and a touchdown. Dalvin Cook, if you made the smart switch to put Dalvin in your lineup on Thursday night, Dalvin had the most points for the running backs that week. I'd say over 200 yards, 2 or 3 touchdowns, like he was balling. James Conner, in the Monday Night Football game, James Conner was catching and running. He actually made his teammate from Pitt, Aaron Donald, miss a tackle as he ran into the end zone. He had 2 rushing touchdowns and 1 receiving touchdown. So, shout out to James Conner. Tom Brady and Josh Allen, they were in a duel that didn't start off as a duel at all. Tampa Bay had a very large lead, but the Bills never gave up. They fought back. They were slinging the ball. Fournette was running the ball too, but Tom was throwing the passes. Josh Allen was throwing the passes. You can say that there was ref interference because the game did go to overtime, but Josh Allen and Tom Brady really battled it out. They were the 2 top scoring quarterbacks of the week. But the star is Dalvin Cook because for somebody that wasn't going to play, Dalvin Cook came in and really ran everything. So, with that being said, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Holidays in general. Shout out to, once again, my lovely team for making the set look all festive and stuff for me today. Sending love to everyone out there. See y'all next time on Eating Sports Chat.